looks good?
Yeah, it did right there, yeah.
It's actually crazy. I before I came here to the podcast, I actually had a 15-minute consultation for skin treatment by this woman in the market, the Quincy Market area of Boston. And I saw it. I walked by, and it was like it had a whole bunch of like it was one of those, like, I don't want to say kiosks, but you know those open market floor plans, and they just say, "Hey, come buy this, come see this," right? And I just saw this woman, this like black woman with like amazing skin, and it was like, I was like, oh, but I didn't instantly know it was a skin product like kiosk.
You just saw an attractive black woman.
I did.
Happens.
I did.
Yeah.
And then I went up to, I first thought they were actually like walnut banana cookies, like brownies.
Yeah.
Because I was so hungry, and I was like, and I had it in the little
soap.
Yeah, but it was soap.
But it looks delicious.
It was, dude, I wanted to eat it so bad.
They make soaps look like desserts when you're hungry enough.
So it just looked like a brownie, like a walnuts. It just really. And then I was like, and I told her, I was like, I'm gonna be honest with you. She started getting down to like skin treatments, and this whole time I was thinking about like, I'm really hungry. I really want that brownie.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm like, what is it? She's like, oh no, this is skin treatment. She gave me a whole education on skin.
See, that's good. You get
organics, like without chemicals and stuff.
Oh yeah, no chemicals.
Nah.
You can get everything you need naturally.
I was a little upset though, because she didn't say that I had, like she didn't mention that I had good skin, and I was waiting for her to say that.
Yeah.
In a very, very like egotistical way, because I was like, oh, she must have that much. She must have seen so much like good skin in her life that where she's looking at me, she's like, nah, you don't have it yet. Like she didn't like.
You're not there. You're not on my level of excellence.
So when I get paid on Friday, I'm gonna go back to that kiosk.
Face.
Yeah. Natural. She's like the cleanser. She's like, you need to cleanse, morning and night.
I could only imagine what she's going to sell you.
She only sold me one bar. She said, you'll just start off with this. That's when I know she was a good salesman. Because she's like, I'm not going to sell you all this. She's like, just start off with this particular bar soap.
Classic. I'm not going to sell you anything you don't need.
Yeah.
And you're like, I need it all.
It was like a tangerine oat milk bar soap cleanse thing.
Sounds great.
I had an interesting conversation with some teenagers on the bus coming over here.
Oh, no. Never good.
Well, these kids were interesting. They were like 13, 14, 15 years old talking about sneakers.
Okay.
So, I was like listening. And I had my De La Soul Dunks on. And one of the kids like, hey, man, those are dope sneakers. Where'd you get them? And I told him, I was like, I got them in over here. He definitely didn't know who De La Soul was.
No.
Which I was very aggravated about.
Yeah.
But I get it, right?
Yeah.
And then they started telling me they sell sneakers. They're like, they buy them and they resell them.
Sure.
And they have all this whole Instagram page. And one of the kids said he has the Louis Vuitton, like Air Forces design, The guy who passed away that was a head designer for Louis Vuitton.
Off-White.
Virgil Oba, I believe his name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he was Nigerian.
He bought him. The kid is 13 years old, dude. The sneakers are worth $15,000.
Now, yeah, even new they're worth a lot of money. What?
I was
this is my thing. How do you have $15,000 sneakers?
Oh no, it gets worse, dude. It gets worse. So I'm thinking if he has one pair of sneakers that's worth $15,000, you know what the next question I asked him? I was like, yo, what's in your bank account, dude?
Yeah.
How much is in your bank account? Because I'm like, there's no way this 13, 14-year-old kid has more money in me in his bank account than I do. Mm-hmm. He's like, yeah, I'll show you. Because kids at that age are like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, they don't care.
They don't care.
I'll never show anyone what's in my bank account. Ever.
After what he showed me, I will never talk about my bank account ever again. I'm never going to talk about
How
money.
much was it? 10 grand?
He had $26,000 in his bank account.
Yep.
As a 14-year-old kid, I looked at my bank account. I was like, what am I doing with my life?
What does he do? Well, you know what? I know exactly what he does. That's actually a really good hustle because he's literally the age range. Sneakers are for children. Like, they're not. We wear sneakers. Like, you and I wear sneakers and we like them and we have money to buy them or whatever. But, like, they're really meant for kids. Like, if you think about what a sneaker is, like Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan was meant to sell sneakers to kids and like, teenagers, like to play sports. You know what I mean? Like Luka, Giannis, like all these guys.
Okay.
So him doing that is pretty sweet. Like he's definitely buying the sneakers for way less, probably buying them wholesale, probably going on like the Nike app. And
yeah, Nick, I don't like all that shit stopped when I saw his bank account, dude. It just made me more depressed. I don't like the whole time I was like,
you're like, I don't care what you do to get that. Why do you have this?
Why do you have more money than me?
Yeah.
As a 14-year-old kid, like in his bank account. That's what I really, and I was just like, I was like, all right, well, this is the way it is. The internet, these kids are being creative. They're selling shit.
No, he's also got no overhead. This kid lives at home with his parents.
He
does. Parents probably buy him a bunch of shit. But I give those kids credit because the moment I got a buck, I was spending it. The moment I got any money from my parents as a kid or when I worked, you know what I mean? I'd spend that shit.
Let me ask you a question. How many times do you remember you was overdraft in your bank account?
Oh, in my life, probably like five or six times in my life. Where I was like going to buy something and I couldn't buy it. But I was close to for a while. Like when I first started working in my like corporate career, when I like the first couple of years, and I was going out a lot in the city, it was quite a bit.
All right. 5? Like about 5?
Probably 5, yeah.
Okay. I will say this. I'm a little bit more than that.
Okay. Okay.
Like I'm a little bit more than that, where it's like the amount of times my account has been overdrafted.
Uh-huh.
The amount of times I've had at least like enough money to get a peanut butter and jelly and a loaf of bread just to survive to get the next paycheck. I would say it's probably like close to over 100 times, like 100 times.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot. But you're also in you live a different lifestyle.
I don't think it's life. I think it's just, I think it's, well, that's a very nice way of putting.
No, you do,
I
because
appreciate that.
most people who are in that situation just wouldn't leave the house. You get what I'm saying? Like when I was in those situations where it was like I was making entry level corporate job, coming into the city, and then going out and drinking, and I'd come home and be like, oh, I got $50. It'll last me from now until the next pay period. Like work, home, nothing else.
Not me.
No, you're like, I'm at a music festival.
Oh, dude.
I'm at the Drake concert in a box.
You know how many times I've gone out broke, dude? Like literally broke. It doesn't I think it just doesn't equate to me.
Yeah.
Having money and going out to have fun. Like I know some people like, I'm not going to go out because I don't have enough money to like go spend money.
Yeah.
I never been like that.
You're like, no, I'm good.
I'm good.
I'll figure it out.
I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if it's
gives me so much stress just thinking about that.
I never stressed about money. I stress about money, not like obviously I stress about money, but I don't.
Not stressing about money. I mean, like specifically going out in that situation, because I've been in that situation where I'm like, okay, I'll go out. I can only spend. I literally can't spend anything. I have to get back home. I just can't. Like it was so stressful.
Yeah, I just...
Oh, dude, I remember this situation. Let me tell you this story.
Yeah.
I was at a friend... So my best friend and his wife, this was years ago. They weren't married at the time, but they came in for his birthday party. She was his girlfriend at the time, and she's like, oh, I'm going to surprise him with a room at whatever hotel it was, like the Grand or whatever the hotel is, the Liberty. There's a Halloween party. You and your other friend should come. We're going to go. We're going to surprise him. Yeah. And I was like, I have $50 to my name right now. Like, there's no conceivable way that I'm going to a hotel party, like a 4-star hotel party. This is just not going to happen. She's like, don't worry about it. I have the room. I'll take care of her for you guys. She did really well. She's in finance. So she's like, whatever. Don't even worry about it. Just come and have a good time. So this is the type of person I am. I go. I have $150 to my name. I give her $100 for the room. And I go, mind you, she's paying for it on points. She doesn't even need, it doesn't even dent her bank account. It's like irrelevant.
Right.
The whole night, I'm like, fuck, I don't have any money for drinks. I'm just going to try and have a good time, whatever. Right. People are like, why aren't you drinking? This, that, and the other thing. Oh, I'll buy you a drink. This, that, and the other thing.
Have a Coke and a smile and chill out.
My friend finds $100 bill on the floor. He's staying in the room with me. Didn't give her anything. It's like, oh, dude, look, I found this $100. I'll just buy some more drinks for myself. And I'm like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's when I was like, I can't be out if I don't have
Money.
the money. I can't handle another situation like this.
Yeah, that's weird for me. I'm a little different. Like,
Yeah.
I can like go out and not spend money at all and just kind of like have a Coke and chill, you know?
That is a talent, though.
I think it's just a matter. I think it's just being used to not having money for a long. Like,
Yeah.
you just get like money doesn't like for some people it just doesn't register the same way as other people do.
Yeah.
I have friends that are like they can't breathe unless they don't have money in their bank account.
Yeah.
They get like a certain level of anxiety.
Yeah.
And a certain level of they just can't function. Like if they don't believe they have the security of money in their bank account.
Mm-hmm.
And I get it. You got to have money. You got to have things that you got to.
Sure.
But I always was like, oh, what happens if you don't?
Mm-hmm.
How do you operate in a space where if you don't have money, can you function? Can you at least get by to a degree? You know, be in a room, be comfortable. Because I'll be honest with you, most of the time, when I didn't have money and I went out in these events or these event spaces, they didn't know how much money I had. They had no idea. Like they didn't know. I was like, I had like $4 in my bank account, $6. When you're a comic, please, you don't get paid like that.
Yeah.
Especially in the beginning. Hell no.
Sure.
Now, being honest with you, part of that probably is due to the fact that I'm probably just not good with money.
Yeah. I mean, look.
This is going to be
That's a mindset. That's the thing where it's kind of just like some people will look at it and go like, oh, I need to just spend my money here versus there. Like I need to spend my money on food for the week.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm going to spend my money on food for the week and go to this concert.
Yeah. Like go see like the baby.
Yeah, but like it's not even a concert. You're like, I'm going to be in the VIP.
Yeah.
Find your way to the VIP and then figure out how to get bottle service and then walk out.
I did that.
Yeah.
Recently.
I saw on Instagram. And I only said this to myself. This is what I said to myself. Only because I know you, not drawing any sort of conclusions or making any assumptions about you.
Kind of know me.
But I kind of know you well enough to go, I don't think he should be in that section right now. I feel like
oh wait, well let's get one thing straight.
Not the section, but I feel like if I'm like, do the people who's buying these bottles?
Oh, not me.
I'm like, this is a very expensive event. Like, this is kind of crazy.
I suppose the biggest event in Boston.
Yeah, not that you shouldn't be there, but like, in the back of my head, I was like, how is he
producing
there?
this? Yeah, how's he?
Yeah, you're very crafty.
So what part of it that's interesting to you?
Because it looked like you had your own table with bottles, and someone who's saying that someone that's saying like, hey, how many times has your card declined? In my head, I'm like, I don't necessarily equate that with bottle service.
Right. Yeah.
The two just seem to be very far apart.
Right.
There's a big delta there.
Okay. I don't know what to say. I don't know if that was a compliment or backsided.
No.
It's
impressive.
Okay. Well, this is the thing. Nick, I don't know if you noticed by now. We're about 78 episodes into this podcast.
Sure.
I don't want to say this like not, how should I say this? I'm kind of a low key big deal. A little bit.
Okay.
Like big deal in the sense of like I have good friends and good people in very like well established areas in the entertainment industry that I can reach out to where I'm like, hey man, I'm coming through. And they're like, no problem.
Yep.
VIP treatment, the ropes are opening. That's it. I don't know. I can't explain it.
You get what I'm saying though.
I'm awesome.
Where it's kind of like I'm looking at it and I was actually more like, oh, good for him. Good for him.
You're the only person that looks at my shit and be like, and questions how the fuck I get in there, dude. Like, you're the only person.
Because I know, because you tell me
no
these
one
stories.
else like texts me and be like, oh, most people are like, oh man, that's fucking cool, dude. You're with like, you're the only one that I feel like I still have to prove myself to sometimes.
You don't have to prove anything to me. It's just I know the truth about some of the stuff that you're doing where I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, but I'm not giving off the energy. I don't give off the energy of like these are like things that I'm like these are.
I guess not. No, yeah.
I'm not like coming in and being like, hey man, look at me.
Fuck you if you don't have bottle service.
I don't do that.
I guess no, it's less doubt, but it's more or less of like, okay, good for you. This is dope. You're clearly and it's honestly, it's envy.
I just don't understand like what people want from me, dude. Like, you know what I mean?
I'm
like,
just envious that you can have this fun.
Oh,
That's what I'm saying.
well, if you want to get outside of your house once in a while, you can experience this as well.
But see, here's the thing that I struggle with is I don't want to spend money on this shit.
You won't spend money. You see me with the.
Yeah, but you're you. People are like, oh, that's Chase. Come on through. They're going to see me and they're going to be like, that's $25, please.
No.
25 at the door.
If you're with me, you're always. Any person that's with me, they're good.
But I'll tell you this. You have to be crafty, and that's one thing that I think people separates like suckers from, people that can see something and go, why the fuck would I pay, why would I pay $5,000 to go sit at a club when I know the person that is at the front door, and if I'm just cool and I'm not an asshole and I treat people well, I'll just get in for free. And I'll have a beer and I'll stand there and do the same exact thing as everybody else, except I'm not going to be $15K in the hole when I leave this place.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean,
yeah. See, that is admirable. I think more people,
I get. I mean, it's just like it is what it is. Like, there's just certain people that have the ability to go into certain places and not pay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but did you see it was DaBaby.
No. I saw that.
DaBaby.
Yeah.
DaBaby.
He's the good one.
I think. I mean, for the sake of our security, they're all great.
Yeah. Actually, let me redact
for
that.
The sake, yeah, please.
All the babies.
Yeah.
DaBaby.
All babies.
Lil Baby.
Baby. Lil Baby. DaBaby. What other baby there is?
Baby from Cash Money Baby.
Oh, he's a big. Yep.
Big.
Much respect.
Yep.
Much respect.
Baby face.
Yes. Right.
Those are the only four that I know.
We got a laptop. Let's look it up. What are the babies there? Let's make sure we give respect to all the babies out there in the world, man.
Was it a good show?
Yeah, it was lit.
I was happy seeing you there.
It was lit.
I was like, I wish I was there. I'm like, I like his music. I like the kind of atmosphere, the club atmosphere.
Well, I just, it was me, and then it was like last week. It was on a Thursday night. Shout out to Jeff London, my man, always hooking me up and showing love. Shout out to Big Net Entertainment Group. Yeah, man, he killed it. I took Godfrey, he came in town.
Oh, nice.
So Godfrey was with me. So we went in there. And it was a good time, man. It's a good time, good time, and it's good to kind of go out into those because I don't go out to those things anymore. I used to a long time ago. I used to be out in the clubs all the time.
Yeah,
and then eventually, you're like, if I don't have no reason to go, I gotta do my own thing, because I don't want to be that guy. The worst, what position you don't want to be in, Nick? You don't want to be that guy who's like a 45-year-old dude or 50-year-old guy who's still getting in nightclubs.
That's kind of what I meant when I said that earlier, where I was just like, all those people in there look young as fuck. That's a young.
Oh, yeah.
But I think that kind of keeps you young, though.
It keeps you a little young.
You know what I'm saying? Every once in a while, it's like, oh, okay.
I'll go to the baby concert.
Yeah.
Sure. I'll go to the after party. I'll go to a concert.
Yeah.
Tap in a little bit because you don't want to be that disconnected with the youth. You don't want to be that disconnected to what's going on.
No, you need to know.
You got to know. But I do like to go to some. I'll go to some grown up events. I'll go to a jazz club. Give me a jazz club. I'll go.
You go frequently. I see you going there all the time.
Yeah. Shout out to jazz.
Wow.
Shout out to jazz.
I have 10 rappers with baby
Karen.
in their name.
Huh?
10 rappers with baby in their name.
Let's go.
Lil Baby.
Let's go.
DaBaby. Baby Keem. Baby Tate. Bad Baby. Babyface Ray, which I think it's just Babyface. Baby Tron, Baby Bash, Sada Baby, and Bali Baby.
Wow.
I recognize 3 people on that list.
Baby Bash is one of them.
Baby Bash is one of them. Yeah, the baby, little baby.
Baby Bash, I do recognize one of them. A lot of baby names.
Yeah.
A lot of baby names, for
Interesting.
sure. Yeah,
would you have that in your rapper? Would you have just your regular name? Or would you have like a pseudonym, like a fake rapper name if you were a rapper?
I already have a rapper name if I was to be a rapper.
Okay. What is that?
Trism.
Not great.
Okay.
It's not great.
Trism.
Yeah.
Trizm. Now, the reason why I call it Trism, this is like back in the days. I made this up in the 90s.
I can tell.
Now, the reason why I told Trism, because I didn't want to copy Shaq's brand, and because he had a brand called Twism.
Yeah.
He had a line called Twism.
Yep.
And I was like Trism, and my middle name starts with like T-E-K.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, so T-E-K is my middle name. So I said, so basically I took my middle name and I put it in the beginning where the T starts.
Uh-huh.
So the abbreviation for Trism is Tech Ruckus is Momentous.
That's such a fucking 90s. You would do rap. You would do like that kind of like De La Soul kind of rap. I feel like with that name, like there's a meaning behind everything.
I mean, there would be something. It would be definitely
It wouldn't be hardcore stuff because of the significance behind the name. I feel like it would be
more like kind of like Digital Planets.
Yeah.
Dead Prez.
Yeah.
Lord of the Underground.
Yeah.
You know, those type of things. Rod Digger type shit.
Yeah.
You don't like that name, Trism? Tech Ruckus is? Did you see what I did with is there?
It kind of sounds like a SoundCloud.
I-Z?
It kind of sounds like a name for a DJ, like a Swedish DJ.
Trism.
Yeah.
You're going to go see Trism tonight? You don't think that's cool?
All right. I might have to rethink it.
What would you call my rapper name?
I think Abel would be cool.
Just like,
one name, Abel.
I did that on my Instagram.
Yeah.
I didn't put Chase Abel. Now I just put Abel.
Oh.
First
switched
name.
it?
I switched it.
See how it looks.
Yeah, so I kind of want to be like
Sebastian.
So when you put Chase Abel, it'll just say Abel on it.
Oh yeah, Abel. Okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
Right. Just Abel. You know. I guess I gotta get in line though, because that name's kind of already like the Abel is owned also by the Weeknd.
Oh, okay.
So me and Abel and Abel the Weeknd have the same name. So
that's pretty sweet.
which is a great probably I mean I wouldn't recommend anyone else to have. I mean that's a pretty dope dude to have the same name as yourself.
Totally.
Right?
Totally. Now, what would I wouldn't be into rap. I think I would be a cross between R&B and rap. I think it would not be straight up rap. I think there would be
Yeah, you're like you would be interesting because you'd have a little mix. I think it would be. I don't want to be as much rap as you think hip hop. I think it would be more of like, I don't know. I hear bongos, like a lot of bongo, little Latin mix in there. You got like a Latin type of like little vibe.
Sure,
but not like Latin Congo, like the original Congo bongs. More like synchronized Congos. You're like a more like a EDM.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't see you as like
not like John B.
Oh,
you know,
dude, don't say John B. Dude, John B. came last week to Boston, bro. John B. came to Boston last week, dude. I went to see John B. Bro.
Did you? Yeah.
Yeah, because I have a connection with John B. That a lot of people don't know about, and I'm glad you brought this up because I want to talk about this.
Yeah.
I have a connection with John B. like no other. And now, if you guys don't know what John B is one of the smoothest. Like he was an R&B artist, obviously back in the 90s, 2000s. You know, was killing the game. Had a great song with Tupac.
Yeah.
Great songwriter. Wrote for a lot of people. So John B, you know, he's originally from Providence, Rhode Island, too.
No.
Okay. So John B, I have a connection with him because there was a girl that I liked in high school a lot. And she'd made me a cassette tape from the Cool Relax album by John B. she actually dubbed it to cassette for me, and she gave it to me because she liked me.
Yeah.
And the title of the tape when she gave it to me was, she called me she had a nickname for me, and it was Big Booty Booty. So I played it all through high school, and it was like my thing. So me and John B have like a connection with that.
Okay.
So I went to go see him at City Winery.
Okay. That's a great venue.
I dressed up too.
Did you?
Yeah, I dressed
You
up.
have to when you go see John B.
If you don't dress up to go see John B or like any of these like
Older, yeah.
I dressed up to I dressed up.
Yeah.
Like college shirt.
Sure.
You know, I had blue pants.
Yeah.
I had the shoes.
Yeah.
I had a fedora.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a John B outfit for sure.
I dressed up like I was going to go see
The Four Tops.
the Kings of Comedy. If I was in North Carolina.
Yeah. Yes.
Like, that's who I dressed up as. I dressed up as like a black family that went to go see the Kings of Comedy in the year 2000.
Yeah, 100%. You hopped in your red Chevy Tahoe on the way to the show.
I borrowed it from a guy from Revere.
Yeah.
I borrowed a Chevy Tahoe from a guy who in Revere.
Yeah.
And then I just, and I was playing like Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Yeah.
On 93.
Yeah. With all the windows down.
All the windows down, dude.
Yeah.
It was a good vibe. I went by myself.
That's dope.
Went by myself.
Yeah.
We got to go to City Winery. We got to go to City Winery, and we got to go to or an event like that has like these legends that are on tour again.
I like seeing those guys. I like seeing like the classics because they still put on, like a really good show.
Dude, they're amazing.
There's still like crowd work, and they're just very like, they're ultimate performers. They don't, the performance doesn't go anywhere. Like they still can like pack out a room.
Yeah, they could pack out a room, but they're real performers. Though,
yeah. Well, that's good.
Live band and shit. It was a good vibe.
So you mentioned, we kind of glossed over this, that you opened for Godfrey at the Wilbur.
Yes, sir.
With Dante Nero.
Yeah, man.
How was that experience?
This past Saturday night.
You've done this before. That's notoriously where I first discovered you. I don't know why I said that like I'm your manager, but...
Well, I didn't take it as like a management like thing. I took it as like you discovered me like as if I was like the first.
But I said it like...
Right. I enjoyed
where
it.
I discovered you.
Yeah, it was dope, man. It was good.
It was good?
It was good. It was a good vibe.
You hosted.
I hosted.
Yep.
Just kicked it off. Mm-hmm. Did pretty good.
Yeah, you felt good about
just
everything?
like a host is supposed to do. Just get people looking at the stage and get that energy up. Mm-hmm. Dante Nero came up and did his thing. He slayed it. Did like 25 minutes. Almost half hour, but about 25 minutes. And then Godfrey came up and it was like, all right.
Night.
They forgot about me.
Yeah.
As they should.
Yeah.
As they should. He's Godfrey, for people who don't know, it's like he just keeps on getting better and better and better. And the bar is so high. And it's a lot of pressure to a degree. Because when you have a guy like that who's pretty, in my opinion, and he hates when I say this about him. He hates this in general. People talk about him like this in this way. He's like a genius.
He's a legend.
He's a legend.
He's a comedic genius and legend. Yes.
Yeah. His ability, like, I don't know if you knew this, and I learned this like not too long ago. There's certain people that are in a certain sphere with their talent that, to a degree, that they can't even relate to the people beneath them.
Sure.
Right? That's where I feel like he is. Like, it was explained to me. Like, he's like, not like better than people in a sense, but like, it's like
No, it's a craft.
It's a craft, man.
He's a craftsman.
He's like in it, dude. Like
yes.
he's like he can't even like yeah, Godfrey. I'll say a joke. I'll mention a joke to him. If it's funny, he'll laugh. But it's like even that. Like,
yeah, I know exactly what you're saying. It's like going to. It's just a master craftsman where they've seen it from all different angles. They look at it very much as a craftsman or a mechanic would look at like a car. Yeah. Where it's like, hey, check out this cool car. It's like, I know the inside and out of that joke. And it's just not, they receive it at a different wavelength.
They just receive it in the way.
Yeah.
They internalize in a different way. Even if you try to even if you think it's funny, they just like,
Yeah.
There's something more to that.
Because they're looking at it through 25 years or 30 years of, I've heard that joke. And if I haven't heard that joke, I've heard a different type of that premise where it's just like, eh.
Yeah. And I feel like every time it's like that.
Yeah.
With him. And it's like, which is fine because it's like, I know there's a certain bar. You push yourself.
Yeah.
I've been, listen, I can take constructive criticism, like when you're an athlete, I was an athlete, for all my life. So it's like coaches telling you, no, you're not, keep going, got to do better. So I get that. I get that tough love type thing like that or whatever. But I'm just like, this guy, it's like, where does it go? Like, you know, like he's literally one of the best stand-up comedians to ever do it.
I would absolutely agree.
He's literally one of the best. Not like now, where people starting to understand now. Like, he's one of the best stand-up comedians ever.
Yes. No.
Like, I put him up there with like like right in the ballpark with like Chappelle. Like I'm putting him right there.
Yeah, 100%. And if anybody has gone to if you've ever gone to see Godfrey, he can kill in any room. I've seen him in the Cellar. I've seen him at Laugh Boston. I've seen him at the Wilbur. The only place I haven't seen him is in an arena. An arena,
right.
But I'm not necessarily into arena comedy. Like, it might not be.
But the thing is, if he did arenas, bro,
he'd figure it out.
He'd figure it out and murder.
Yeah.
Because he's got the energy. He's got that, like, he can do it.
I just think it's really impressive, not even speaking to just as far as someone that has that many years of experience, because the thing about that is like he's got that many years of experience in New York around Seinfeld, Gaffigan, Louis, Rock,
Dave Attell,
and those guys look at him and they're like,
yeah,
this guy can crush.
Every single comedian that I know that you just mentioned, well, in that level, I don't know all those guys, but I do know a few of those guys. They all say it.
Yeah.
Every comedian says like he murders.
Yeah.
He shakes rooms.
Yeah.
And it's like, and the second question is, how is he not? Like, and it's like, well, that's a different question. That's a different answer. But when you talk about comedically, microphone, put him with anybody.
Yeah.
Put him with anyone. It's like, and I'm lucky enough to see this and learn from this and just kind of, it's like going to college, man. Like, it's like going to college, like being in the class, like impressions, educate. Like, he has informative stuff. He's educated. He has his premises are like not easy. He doesn't do like easy stuff,
bro. I don't mean to, say his shit, but like he hit on Thanksgiving and why Thanksgiving sucks from the most objective point, just the most original point of view. And he just went from the moment you enter someone's house that you don't want to be at to I don't mean to like say shit, but like that was like one of the best bits I think I've ever heard, and one of the best premises I've ever heard, like the most original take on something that is so fucking boring. Right. Like Thanksgiving humor, like,
right.
Yeah, okay, like you're going to have to do it in a really original way. And he just fucking leveled like 10 minutes on why the turkey sucks.
Yeah.
Why you're, right. Why the fucking, it's like anybody that hasn't seen him live, please go and support his comedy because it's so fucking good.
He's so good.
So you got to like be around him for a show, or how many shows did you do with him?
No, there was only one show.
Yeah.
It was only one show. It was a one show on a Saturday night. It was at 7 p.m. We didn't start till 7:30.
Yeah.
But he was around for a few days in Boston. We hung out, and showed him around Boston and hanging out, and it was cool.
That's sweet.
It was dope. Yeah, it was a great learning experience. I learned a lot. This weekend. It was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
Cool, man.
Dante Nero. Shout out to Dante Nero. If you don't know Dante Nero, guys, make sure you follow Dante. Also a great comic, New York, based, knows, comes from that class.
Sure.
He shared some things with me that I took in stride.
Yeah.
And again, I'm very fortunate to be around very like comedians like these who are very good and not afraid to kind of tell you and share with you things about your comedy.
Yeah.
But I wish you were there, man.
I
wish you were
know.
there. I know you weren't feeling good. You weren't feeling good. I think you were out of town too, right?
I was out of town too.
Yeah. So were you out of town while you were sick?
I was like better the second day I was there. The first day I was there, I didn't feel great.
Yeah.
But I had already booked
Some things, yeah.
Yeah, I had booked some shit, and I didn't want to lose money, and I was just like, might as well just go. But
I get it.
I did New York.
You went. So it was in New York. You went to.
Yeah, I was down in Brooklyn, down in Williamsburg.
Oh, you down BK?
I was down in Brooklyn.
Okay. Shout out Brooklyn.
Brooklyn's all right. Brooklyn's cool. I like Brooklyn. I'm a Manhattan guy. I like the rock. You know, I like being on the island. Brooklyn. I'm like, all right, okay, I get it. Maybe it was just Williamsburg. I think it's just Williamsburg, where I was kind of like, it's kind of like if the Burlington Mall and Allston were just jammed together. That's kind of the vibe that the Williamsburg.
Yeah, I feel like there's a sense of you that I feel like, you know, there's got to be at least a Whole Foods kind of like nearby.
That's the thing about Brooklyn though, is like, I don't want to see a Whole Foods. What's the bodega game? Their whole existence is like centered around a Whole Foods.
There's not that many bodegas in Manhattan, bro.
In Manhattan, yes, there is.
What part of Manhattan?
In Manhattan?
Bodegas?
Bodegas, yeah.
Harlem, okay.
Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
Spanish, but I don't see you going to Harlem.
I've been to Harlem. I've been on Malcolm X Boulevard. 100%. I'm not going to shout out the... Actually, no, it wasn't MLK. It was Lenox. It was Lenox Ave.
You was on Lenox Ave?
Yeah.
Why the hell are you on Lenox Ave?
I know some Serbians that live up there.
Oh.
Yeah. So I've been there, dude. How do you think I know who John B is?
That's right. I forget. You have a fixation.
You just caught me at like a very fucking boring time of my life.
Which part,
I feel like.
Which part was that?
Yeah, I go out as much. So for you picturing me in like different parts of, you know, wherever, it's kind of like hard to imagine. But
You ever been to the Apollo?
No, I've never been to the Apollo. I would love to go to the Apollo.
So you gotta. I mean, if you're gonna go to Harlem, you gotta go to the Apollo, man.
Yeah. I would love to go to the Apollo. I mean, there's a bunch of places I still want to go, but New York was good.
There's a Eritrean restaurant in Harlem I should take you to.
Yeah, I need guidance when it comes to
like protection guidance or
no,
like,
dude.
I'm just trying to clarify, dog. Don't
you
do that, dog.
I need cultural guidance with regards to like African cuisine, because I just don't know how to, or I could probably figure it out, but like I just don't know how to order because I haven't had too much. Okay, you know,
that's easy because we got any African restaurant will have all the basic essentials.
Yeah,
generally.
Yeah.
So I think we should start off with basically. You want to start off with West African cuisines,
okay,
or you want to start off with like where I'm from?
I guess what's the difference? I knew as soon as I asked that there's no, you know. Bro, there is a difference. You could ask me the difference between northern and southern Italian food, and I'd be able to tell you. One's more fish heavy, one's more, you know, meat heavy. Same thing.
It's the same thing.
Okay, all right. I didn't know.
It's so intriguing. Like when, like it's okay.
What do you suggest one starts with when they're entering their foray into African cuisine?
I think you got to start off. I think for you, I think it's a start off basic. I think you need to start off with basically middle, like, see, because you're very, very particular. So we'll start with we'll start with Eritrean food because we have a good veggie like selection.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, lentils.
Yeah.
Because you're big on vegetables.
Big time.
So I think we roasted potatoes and like there's a cabbage and carrots that we do. It's called alicha.
Okay.
It's very nice. It's very good. It's alicha. It's like potatoes, carrots.
Yeah.
Cabbage, carrots, potatoes mixed with some oil and some seasoning. It's nice. It's very good. We have shuro. Okay. Shuro is very nice. It's like it's onions and garlic and it's like it's nice. It's very good. Okra.
Oh yeah, I know okra.
You like okra?
Yeah.
We call it bamia.
Okay.
So
that's fun.
That's a nice little veggie start off.
Yeah.
Now if you're talking about meats and stuff, oh yeah, now we're talking lamb or goat. Like what are you doing? What do you want? Beef?
Oh, we're going lamb, baby.
We make the best lamb, bro.
Yeah, we're doing lamb.
Yeah, we'll give you.
This is actually very similar to Middle Eastern food.
Well, we are like,
Yeah. Okay. So what the fuck am I talking about? Okay. So I feel like this.
It's home.
Okay. This is definitely not as far off as I maybe anticipated.
Not that far. Now, if you go into like West African food,
Yeah.
very heavily on meats.
Okay.
You got fufu.
Okay. Yeah.
Fufu is big.
Yeah.
Fufu is big. I mean, we have a laptop. We can, we can look at that. The fuck do I look like? PBS documentary here? Fucking shit. Like, I just really like.
I'm into it. Yeah. But yeah, I was in New York. It was good.
Yeah.
I really missed it because, as you know, Godfrey's my favorite. He's one of my favorite comedians.
Yeah.
So I wish
Nick
I
wasn't available to be around. The biggest probably like week ever
of my life.
Of your life.
Yeah.
And mine too.
Yeah.
He just wasn't available. But you know what that tells me is that time. It's all about timing.
Sure.
And you weren't ready, and we weren't ready. So we will get there.
100%.
So when'd you get back? When'd you get back, bro?
Sunday.
Okay.
Let me ask you this:
What up?
when you get back from a trip, how long does it take you to unpack? Yeah, you can lean there.
Cool.
That's fine. You're good. Yeah.
What was the question?
Judging from that lean, I feel like it might be a while. Do you unpack right away?
No.
Okay.
No. I don't unpack already. Dude, I still got stuff in my bag from my Miami trip. That was like a month and a half ago, dude.
Yeah.
I found my MBTA transit card in there. I didn't it must have dropped, and I asked my job for a new one because they take it out of my paycheck.
Yeah.
And I found it just the other day. It was
That's
wild.
fucking wild.
I gotta get a little bit more organized, man. I'm working on it, man. I'm working on it.
Oh yeah, I unpack right away.
Yeah, I can
I'll
tell.
get that shit out.
You get anxiety. You need to have things done.
Yeah.
You're good. You're one of the very few guys, bro. I'll be like, hey, we're doing the podcast. What do you want to do? This is the days. You're like, what do you think about Friday, Wednesday? You're like, cool. Wednesday, 5:30. You instantly, as soon as you say yes, 5:30, you send me the calendar invite.
Yeah.
You don't wait.
Time.
I
was reading this book. Not this book, sorry, this article on time was like, what separates billionaires from, or millionaires from, is basically like the traits of billionaires compared to like the average person.
Greed.
Well, they're also obsessed with time, how to maximize their time.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, oh, okay. I've always been this way. I've always been very time. If you tell me to be there at
time conscientious.
Yeah. Like
Right, yeah.
we're doing it from this time to this time.
Yeah, no.
No?
Yeah, no. I'm getting better. It's been 5-6 years, but I'm getting better.
Yeah. Well, it takes time.
It takes time.
I
think I learned to now. I'm this week. I wrote down. You're gonna be proud of me. Listen to what I did, bro. I mapped out and scheduled everything based on the time. For this week. So
you time blocked.
I time blocked my life, my calendar.
Whoa.
I never did that before.
Yeah.
So basically, I said, from this time to this time, I'm working. So I blocked that. From 4 to 5, I'm doing this.
You put this on your phone?
I put this in my notebook.
Oh, you wrote down, yeah.
I remember my notebook. In my notebook, and actually I have a bulletin, like a whiteboard at my house. So now I'm trying to, because I'll be honest with you, bro, I need to switch shit up.
Yeah.
I have a routine that I've been accustomed to that generally kind of works, but it doesn't work.
Yeah.
And I feel like in order to grow, you have to switch routines that you may be used to that is not getting you to the place that you need to be. Why not try it?
Yeah.
I never did this before. Mad people has been telling me, dude, you need to write things down. You have to because you have a mind that's kind of all over the place. So just write things down and then stick to those things. Working out 6 to 8. Make sure you work out 6 to 8.
Yeah.
As soon as it's 8, you stop. Now write 8:30. Protein shake. It sounds like I'm a baby. Like I'm relearning. But I feel like even at my age, I think sometimes people have to do that. You have to relearn your.
Yes.
Your.
You have to
schedule.
relearn how to learn.
You got to learn how to learn.
Yeah.
It's like relearning how to learn.
Yeah. I did that, dude. I had
crazy.
the best success with that. It's called a My Best Self journal. It's the worst name. Ugh. But it's a journal that you basically are doing what you do. You list down 3 things that you're grateful for to start off your day. Top 3 things.
Yeah.
Top 3 things you want to get done today. And then there's a time calendar on the paper. And you just, basically, it's just like a structure way of what you're doing. And then at the end, you can kind of calculate, hey, did I hit any of these goals?
You know what I did? I didn't. You know what particular part that I did not include in that whole week? That I didn't even include it. Jerking off.
Okay. Well, you know,
Been having a.
maybe skip it this week.
I'm about to.
You know, skip it.
I feel like just like
I'm skipping it.
because I've learned like when I don't do it, there's a little bit more energy that I have. Mm-hmm. It's interesting.
You also look at women a certain way when you're constantly doing that. You look at them in a way that's a little more transactional versus when you're not. You're a little bit less.
Really?
Yeah.
Shit.
You should try it.
Fuck, bro.
Well, you're doing it.
You're
doing it. Yeah.
Haven't done it.
That's the thing, too. You got to be honest with yourself, too.
What day am I in? Wednesday?
Wednesday, yeah.
3
so
days?
day 3.
All right.
You keep pushing. Not too hard, though.
One time I was having sex with this girl, and she goes, so like when I finished,
Yeah.
when I finished,
Yeah.
you know, she goes, you know, she was giving me attention,
Sure.
you know, she's like, oh, I noticed that you didn't have, it wasn't a lot,
Oh, yeah.
and I was like, she's like, yeah, I was like, did I do anything? And I was, you know, I was like, nah, because I did it like twice earlier today. So
It's probably good that you don't. Probably, maybe we need to retein some of this.
I think I need to retain.
Yeah, you need a little semen retention. This is not.
50 Cent said that in his book.
Honestly,
50 Cent said a man should stop watching porn and jerking off.
Yeah. 100%.
Because they say like there's some connection with that to something. I don't know what it is. I mean,
No, it's true. You lose your essence and you lose your testosterone when you do that, when you do it too much, when you overindulge.
Shit.
So, yeah.
Well,
I would ease up on that,
well,
you know?
I didn't even wait for a resolution to do that. I stopped. I did felt a certain good. I did felt a little limber and a little loose on the John B concert though. That was.
It does relax you. I think that's one thing that it definitely.
No, it's good. Like I feel, and also I don't feel like dirty. I don't feel like I. Yeah, I'm not like I could walk into like a like a restaurant. I don't feel like I did something wrong.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I should. Because dude, every time like when I jerk off, dude, it's like I go right into doing something else, and it's like
can't be healthy, right?
not good.
Mentally.
That's not good.
Yeah, that mentally cannot be healthy.
You just hold it down
Yeah.
and be like, "Oh, how was your day? How's your morning going?"
Yeah.
Ugh.
You're like, I'm watching this. I'm watching Theo Von on YouTube right after.
Yeah.
Which is weird.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that porn by Adam 22, No Jumper, and his girl.
What is his deal, dude? What can we break this down? This no jumper situation.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
So Adam 22 was an ex like what BMX biker or like kind of culture guy.
Yeah, he's from New Hampshire.
He's like a culture guy. Like he moved to New York or something. And like had a tattoo shop.
Yeah, I think so. I don't really know the basis of his like where he came from. I do know he's from New Hampshire. Yeah. You know, he was I don't know what he did in New Hampshire. I really don't know too much about him. I know he was tied up into like some things and he, got in trouble about things. I don't think he used drugs. I don't know. But
yeah, he's best known for being like a creator and host of like a pop culture. So it's like he's kind of a pop culture guy.
Sure.
And he was a BMX rider when he was younger.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
And then I guess he created like a network called No Jumper Podcast. Pretty successful. I don't really listen to it, but he's tapped into like kind of that world, rappers, things of that sort. He interviews like really serious type cats.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Whack 100, games manager. He's really like tied into like the streets.
Yeah.
But there was a thing now. There's like a thing where he did porn. Like he does like
yes.
with his wife.
Yeah.
And they've had like other people they've done it with. And I guess now what he did was there's a thing where he allowed his wife to bang a black man.
Got it. Your face.
Who's one of like,
you just seem very satisfied.
Well, it's always interesting to me where like I always find there's always like this thing, like there's an underlying thing that a lot of people don't talk about where like white guys have a fetish of having their wives fuck black dudes.
Sure.
They don't talk about it.
That's interesting.
There's a thing out there about it. So I don't know how much of it was for a fetish reason or from which just economical reasons, because he paid the guy.
Yeah, so he paid this dude to do that with his wife, his wife was a porn star, all right, adult actress.
She's an adult actress.
Adult actress, sorry.
Will be.
Yeah. And I guess they're saying he is like upset about it now, or he's cringy. Like he's just really trying to like make it into this big thing to get clout so that people start to follow him more, I guess, we can get more followers. I don't know, dude. It's so bizarre. I stopped watching his content because it was just too bizarre.
It's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot. But there's a couple areas to look at this, bro. Number one, it's like, okay, you wanted her to fuck. She's like, I don't think she ever did. She actually never did.
Oh, interesting.
Have sex with a black guy.
Yeah.
And he's let's just say for respect for this podcast, because this is a family friendly show podcast.
Sure. Yeah.
Let's just say he's very well built.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. He leads the league.
He leads the league
in that.
Yeah. He's like that guy where you hire as a DH. He doesn't need to do anything else.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. That's good.
He's a DH on a team.
Sure.
You know what he's bringing to the table.
He shows up, steps up to the plate, and knocks it out.
And knocks it out the park.
Yeah. Yep.
And that's what he did. And a lot of people, Adam got a lot of backslack because backslack.
Yeah.
Back.
Maybe someone got some backslack.
Backlash from his wife doing that and allowing his wife to do that.
Yeah.
And,
Bro, that's just a culture. I'll just say it right now. That's just a culture that if it works for people, great. I don't see how that would be sustainable over a long term. Having a creator, say that they weren't creators and that was just their life and he was just a dude with a job.
And just wanted to.
She was a porn star, whatever. That's fine. But you add the creator element to this where it's like now public information and they have a kid. It just, not speaking on them, but like that is too much, man. It's too much for me. I tap out when I see it like on like YouTube. I'm like, what the fuck?
Those are the things I'm just like, what's going on?
What is happening with our society?
What is happening?
Yeah.
Dog? And if you want to do it and he seems like he's comfortable with it, or at least he does now. Who knows, 5 years from now or 7 years from now, maybe this, and a lot of people are like, yo, why would you do that? You're not, because other people were saying, well, why would you allow your wife to be banged by another guy? Why would you pay him to do that? Two, is it a sign of how like insecure you are? Is it like this? There's a lot of things that like now people now you know what it is. Now it's the floodgates are open. Now you're open to public court of opinion.
Yeah.
It's like, I wouldn't want to put myself through all that, dude. Not at all. I would do it in private.
It's too much, man. I can't fuck with it. Like, look, listen.
That's all I want to do. I won't allow my wife to bang anyone. That's just number one. And first of all, when I say I wouldn't allow her, what I'm saying is I'm saying from my standard.
Yeah, right? No, we have an
agreement. I can't stop. Like at the end of the day, you can't stop anyone from doing what they want to do.
No,
but I don't know, dude. I just feel like with people now trying to monetize everything through certain content, like they're just. It's like, damn. It's like, dude, like. I guess greed and morality has no common ground. No,
it takes away from the privacy element of something's just meant to be private.
But Nick, bro, there's a lot of people now, dog. They just don't subscribe to that anymore.
They want to make money.
They want to make money.
Yeah.
They want to make money off the way they live their life.
Yeah.
There's people that share that same view. It seems like because the numbers it seems like they are because they keep tuning into this shit. It's one of those things. I'm not gonna let my wife, dude. First of all, listen, if a guy like that, it's fucking my wife, dude, has a bigger dick than me. I'm getting like she's.
The whole thing is irrelevant. The whole thing is like null and void for me because it's like I'm never gonna be in a relationship with someone that wants to do that, or that would allow me to make that call on their behalf. Like it's just not going to fly.
Nah.
It's just not even in the lexicon of the relationship that we're in. It's like another galaxy.
It doesn't even, like, when someone said that to me, my brain just, it stops.
Yeah.
Because then they start explaining to me, like, oh, it's because of this. And it's like, if you really love them, you should love. It's like,
no.
It just stops. I'm like, wait, let me get this straight. So, we're going back to the first thing you said. I understand what you're saying, the other stuff, but what you're saying is you want me, my significant other, the mother of my kids,
to do this on camera.
To do this on camera. And you want me to do, and then how do I look?
It's so bizarre, dude. It's so bizarre. I mean, listen, people make money how they want to make money, but it's bad when it pops up on your YouTube algorithm when you're like taking a break at work, or you know what I mean? Or you're like on the way home and you're commuting, you're just like, can someone just exist without trying to monetize it?
And also, too, bro, it's like, why would you want to open that? Why would you want to open that door?
Yeah.
Especially, like, I'm not going to, listen, man, I know who I am.
It's bizarre.
I'm not going to,
we should get you on that podcast.
No Jumper?
Yeah.
I don't know what we would talk about, dude. I have no interest on going on a podcast.
Just to be there.
Just to be there, dude.
Yeah.
Or feeding into, like, a certain, like, algorithm.
Yeah.
Of just fuckery. I have no, like, any person out there, y'all do your own thing. Let you guys do your podcast, how you do it. Chase Abel is not down with none of that fuckery shit.
Yeah.
I'm not down with ratchet shit. I'm not down with, like, shit that makes my people look dumb.
Yeah.
Makes people look, I'm not with it.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's like my culture, bro. Honestly, dog. Like when I say culture, like the black culture. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's like we're the only culture that leads the way of accepting righteousness with ratchetness.
It does appear.
It's like fucking like, bro.
It does appear that way.
Yeah, no, fucking appears though. That's what it is, dog.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I call for like it is what it is. Like,
yeah.
I've lived it. I'm 42, dog.
Yeah.
I've seen it. I've experienced it. Like, I'm not just saying it because we have a bunch of podcasts now that are like doing this. Now people are like pissed. Mm-hmm. I've lived it. I've seen it.
Sure.
So it's like, okay. It's one of those things where we just like, all right, we just got to let people just do their thing. I'm cool with that. But I'm not going to be part of it.
No, that's where it stops.
I'm good. I don't want to be on your fucking stupid Instagram, like, OnlyFans podcast that you talk about fucking wet pussies and shit, dude. I don't care, dude. Like, and that's all you talk about. Which is great, by the way. Hey, listen, by the way.
Hey, you know what? I'll listen to it.
I'll listen. Wait, let me retract that. Let's make a new example because I like that topic, actually. That's a good topic. Whatever. Let's take another topic.
I get what you're saying. It's important to be original, man. It's really important to just be original and like stick to your message or your story that you're trying to put out there to people. And, we wish everyone the best here.
Listen,
good luck.
Just do your thing, and it's just not my cup of tea.
No.
It's not my shit.
No.
I'm not in the business of not being authentic or unoriginal, or, and if I have to like figure it out for, until it gets there, I get there, but I'm not going to go out there and just, do that shit. There's people out there that talk about their everything, dude. Everything.
Let me get your take on this. What do you think about James Harden in this situation with him kind of just going?
Is it porn now?
Not porn, but I'm just saying like kind of broadcasting behind the scenes shit.
He would be a good character to be in porn though.
Yeah.
With that beard.
Yeah.
Not to get off topic real quick, but
I didn't mean to drag you off topic, but that he for some reason kind of just popped up in my head.
Like I'm not gay, but I'd like.
Would you watch him? Would you watch him?
Because he'd be like an interesting character. Like he wouldn't say anything.
He'd be very selfish.
He'd be very selfish.
I could see that. His playing style would mirror his adult film acting style. It would be the same thing.
Yeah, he the way he'd be pounding pussy would be like, it'd be very, very solemn.
All behind the 3-point line.
It'd be all around the 3-point line.
Just very selfish basketball.
And he would just leave and not say bye.
He would halfway through the video, he'd leave.
Yeah, James, he would just leave after he'd be rude.
But he couldn't find the door and he'd get mad.
He'd get mad at you.
Yeah, the viewer.
He's like, why isn't this door a lot closer to like where I need to be to get out of here?
Mm-hmm. I know I said it's a 30-minute video, but I'm leaving after 15.
What's the deal with James? What's good?
No, he was at some event in China for Adidas, and he said that he does not trust the executive or the general manager of the Sixers. He said, I don't trust him. He's a liar. I would not be part of his.
I did see that in like takes, but I didn't get into as to why.
It's less about the specific of it. It's more of like player empowerment, but to the point now where it's like, okay, do you just not want to sign a contract and want to just play for a new team each year? Like how do the NBA players want to? How much control do they have of the league that they work in? Mm-hmm. Because I think they should have some
50%.
Yeah, like I look at the NFL and I'm like, ugh.
They got a lot of control. It's a players run league.
No, the NFL I feel like is opposite. The NFL I feel like
NBA
is owners.
Is.
Yes,
NBA
the NBA is right players. So I look at the NFL and I'm like, they could use a better
structure.
Yeah, they could use some more player representation, but like the NBA, it's like the total opposite other side where the players are literally dictating all the terms. And as a fan, when you watch that, is it like, I'd just kind of like to watch a player play on a team for their contract and like, you know what I mean? Like,
but what is the deal with why he called him a liar though?
I'm sorry.
He's not getting paid,
sorry. So
like,
basically like, I think the story is like,
thank you for your own soliloquy of like how you feel about
no, I appreciate that. The airtime. He was signed a lower contract to stay with the team with the promise that he was going to get paid on the back end
higher
when it was time to re-sign. However,
when it was time to re-sign,
which was
or
this
the remainder
year.
of the money on this contract.
So so when it was time to re-sign, so they said to him, "Come to Philly, take a little bit less money, so we can afford to pay for other players on our roster, win a championship,"
which is normal.
Yeah, that's totally fine. Like at this
lot.
stage of his career, and he's also making, say it's like instead of making $40 million, you're going to make $30 million.
Sure,
whatever. So now it's time to re-sign, and he wanted to get traded. And he's like, I don't want to re-sign. And then he re-signs the contract and now is saying that Daryl Morey's a liar. He doesn't want to play for Daryl Morey. He's not going to play on this team. So he secured the contract and now is asking for basically a trade.
Hey, James. How about this? Okay? How about this, dude? I don't know you, bro. And please don't like take this tone as if like I want smoke. I don't. I respect you.
He's a big dude.
You're a big dude, number one. I would never say that to you.
Yeah.
But I have an idea for you. And something to think about, by the way. I'm sick of you. Like I'm not sick of you in the way like I can't stand you as like you're good, you're dope.
Yeah.
But you're starting to aggravate me.
Yeah.
Because you had like it just seems and it's being framed as if anything doesn't go your way, you want out.
Yeah.
And you are one of the best scorers ever in the NBA. Ever.
Yeah.
Not just like, ever. I just don't understand why like there's always something where you're unhappy about and you just want to leave a team.
Yeah.
I just don't like understand like I don't know, just don't understand, bro. Like just pay your contract. You signed the contract, play it.
Play it out.
And earn if you want more, earn it. I earn more. I just don't,
You make so much money, dude.
It's like I don't know, something about James Harden, dude. Like it just doesn't connect for me. Like something, it's like, and I'm not saying like, something doesn't connect.
Yeah.
And I can't explain what it is.
You wouldn't take him on your team if you were a GM.
And I don't think there's any there's no like, I don't think there's any narrative about him being an asshole or anything, right? Like he's not like.
In Houston, he left Houston. Well, kind of throughout his career.
To people.
Oh, no,
well,
to
we're
people.
talking just sport. Okay, I'm just talking just in sports, right?
Yeah.
I don't know you personally. I'm sure you're fucking are dope ass too. But it just seems like, bro, everywhere you go, there's always a fucking thing. There's always a thing. It's like...
you're not happy wherever
you're just not happy.
Go.
I don't get it.
What's going to make him happy? That's the thing. Is like I feel like in
if
those
300
moments,
fucking million doesn't make you happy, what else is, dude?
Seriously, for real. I
and I'm not
understand
saying money is like,
Yeah.
but like it's like, dude, like there's things about him that says, oh yeah, when John Wall got traded to the Houston Rockets, dude, from Washington, right? John Wall is a worker, dude. Like he obviously hasn't played because of injuries and stuff, but John Wall, like he can ball and he plays hard.
Yeah.
I wish the Boston Celtics gets John Wall. Imagine John Wall on the Boston Celtics as a point guard, dude. That guy has an engine. He plays both sides.
Yeah.
Defense and offense. And he's
Yeah.
a leader, right? He shows up to Houston, right? He doesn't know the GM. He's coming into a new situation. Washington just traded him. He's like, oh, I'm about to play with Harden. He calls up Harden. This is, according to like social media and what he said. He's like, I just tapped into Houston. He calls James Harden. He's like, hey, you want to work out? Let's figure this thing out. I want to know what's going on with Houston. He's like, oh, I'm going to Atlanta. I'm going to little baby's birthday party.
Yeah, I saw that.
And he's just like, bro, like I'm John Wall. Like we're supposed to be backcourt duo. We're supposed to be on the same page. Like you're going to party?
Yeah. It was a contract thing. He wanted a certain contract, or he wanted a certain thing, and he basically came out of shape one season. Like he came like 50 pounds heavier.
Yeah, I'm good.
That shit's wild. Yeah,
you know who I like? I like players like Giannis.
Yeah.
Giannis, man.
Yeah.
I like dudes like Giannis. I like guys like Giannis who just wants to like take it to you. I like Steph.
Yep.
I like guys who like
Luka.
Yeah. Like, the guys like those guys were like, they just like me.
Yeah.
Like if I was like 6'3", I'd be like a Steph.
Here we go.
Sorry.
Here we go. You would be Travis Best. Still a good player.
You know what? I'm going to be honest with you. I want to be Travis. I wouldn't even be Travis Best. You know how?
Randy Brown.
No. Sherman Douglas.
Okay. All right.
Sherman Douglas.
I'll take that.
Yeah. Old school Sherman Douglas.
Yep.
I kind of look like him a little bit too.
Little bit.
I kind of look like a little Sherm. James, get it together, bro. You got $300 million. Probably like, you're about to make like $500 million in your life, dude. Like, I want you to win a championship. I want you to like. I just don't understand like when they say some of the best players to ever live, like to ever play in the NBA. It's just I like. What is it, Nick? Is this me? Is it just like it's not me? Like, okay, I just want to know.
It's bizarre, man. I don't get it.
Hopefully, he doesn't listen to this podcast.
I don't think he will.
Good.
I think he should go on that Adam 22 podcast. I could see James Harden on that podcast.
And we should just talk it out.
Airing out the dirty laundry. I could see you and James Harden actually on Adam 22's podcast.
Talking about what?
You just being like, I'm not trying to. Because that's his whole thing. He likes having like.
I just don't think he likes
tension there.
Yeah, I just don't like James Harden likes being told what to do.
No.
He walks with that.
Yeah.
Like the vibe, I get it. And listen, I don't know you, dog. I'm just saying. There's people that just probably think of me through these like digital avatars and think like they know me in a certain way. They don't. And I'm not saying you're a bad dude, but dude, it just seems like everywhere you go, it's kind of like you got you got a target on your back.
He's got the curse. He's got the dark cloud hanging over him.
Maybe because he's a lefty. I feel like lefties are usually mean.
Yeah.
Lefties?
They're angry.
They're a little angry.
They're very angry players. Because it doesn't look as good as...
Chris Mullin had a little irritability to him.
Nick Van Exel had some irritability.
I think it's a lefty thing, man. I think lefty players it's a risk.
Manu Ginobili, was he a lefty?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was.
See that?
He was a little irritable. He didn't like to...
Feisty.
A little feisty. He didn't like to like be messed around.
Yeah. Well, more to come on James Harden. We'll follow this very closely.
I hope not.
I know. It's too much.
He probably has like a couple years generally left, right?
In the league, yeah, for sure.
Shout out to Philly. Hope you guys get it together.
100%.
I don't think they're gonna win any games.
It's gonna be rough.
You know who was actually sorry? I feel sorry for honestly this whole situation. Joel Embiid. I feel sorry for Joel Embiid. I really do, because he's an MVP player. He won the MVP.
Yep.
Ben Simmons, gone. James Harden, gonna be gone.
Yeah.
All the players that they built up with the Philadelphia Sixers team when like Ben Simmons, like They had Nerlens Noel drafted number one draft pick. Ben Simmons in the next year too.
Marquise Fultz.
Philly, what are you doing?
Yeah, Philly's got a bad rap. Now, here's my question. Can the Celtics maximize on the dysfunction in Philadelphia?
With who player?
I don't know. The Celtics are into doing some crazy things. Do they take Brown? Do they move him to Philly? Do we get Embiid?
Get Embiid? Oh, then Philly's not getting rid of Embiid.
No.
Philly
What if he wants to go? What if he's out? What if he says, because it's a player-driven league,
yeah,
I'm out. I want to go. I want to trade.
Would you like him in a green?
I would love Joel Embiid in a green Celtics uniform.
He'd be great for the city.
I like Joel Embiid.
Right.
I don't like Joel Embiid, if that makes sense. Like, I like him as a player,
right?
But he gets under my skin because he's not in.
He's just not in green.
The Celtics
yeah,
green.
He's just
Any
not in
big
green.
man that can do what he does is good in my book.
No, we need some. You know what we need? We need some like alpha guys.
Yeah.
I would love to have John Wall for a year.
I'd take John Wall. Yeah, I'd take him if we could get the contract right.
If the money's got to be right.
Yeah, if we can get him for nothing, then yes, I would say that's great.
Would you give $15 million for him? 1 year?
I mean, if there was nobody else out there, yeah, he'd be a great backup point guard.
I mean, who do you have now?
Yeah. Malcolm Brogdon, who we tried to trade.
Which is amazing to me because he won 6th man of the year and he could start for any team.
Yeah, well, it's also...
And also, what firepower do we have coming off the bench except, without him?
I'd take John Wall. Yeah, I'd take John Wall if we could, do it the right way. And then I think that we still have a couple trades left. We'll do.
See. It's going to be an interesting year.
I'm excited for the Celtics.
I can see it.
Yeah.
Because you led to James Harden. You want to talk a little Celtics. I'm like, oh, he can't wait.
Uh-huh.
Preseason. Can I ask you a question?
Please do.
And then let's segue off this sports topic for a second. Do you think that it's weird that men possess white couches?
Yeah, I'm not a white couch guy.
White leather couches?
Yeah, white leather couches. Tan couch. I have a tan couch. I have like an off-white tan couch, but it's
not leather though.
Not leather. No.
Do you think it's creepy that men have white leather couch? Shit.
Yes.
You know I have one.
I can see that.
Just got one.
I can see that.
It was free though. Like I didn't go buy it.
Yeah.
Do you think it's weird?
It's just not my first choice. I think
it reminds you like the 80s, right?
Yeah, it's a little dated. But you can easily throw some covers on that beast and get the benefits of the feel of leather.
Okay.
But with the little
like a condom
sheen on top of it, yeah.
All right.
Get a little couch cover.
Like a couch condom?
Yeah, a little couch cover, maybe like a tan couch cover or
What's creepy about the white leather though?
I think that they've just shot so many porn videos using a white leather couch.
Yeah. I think Adam's wife fucked that black dude on a white leather couch.
Maybe,
actually.
yeah.
I think you're right.
White and black leather couches they generally will use in those situations. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just kind of a dated leather is just kind of a weird material to be white. It's just an odd material to be the color white,
Okay.
Like would you wear a white leather jacket? Never mind.
You really have to ask me that?
Never mind.
That's exactly what I wore to John B. concert.
Yeah, never mind. I take that back.
As soon as you said it, you're like,
yes, he would.
Donnell Jones.
Bro, if it's free and it's comfortable, give a fuck.
Yeah.
You throw something on top of it. Here's the thing. Are you having a white leather couch and are you having people over?
Obviously.
Okay. Well, then.
Yeah. Why would I not share my white leather vibe?
Fair enough.
Why would
Can we get it in here?
I'd be more of a creep if I just had it for myself.
What if I gave you these chairs and I traded you these chairs for the white leather couch?
You know what, to be honest with you, both of these chairs are still better than my white leather couch. Like the quality
Really?
of it. Oh yeah, dude. This is definitely like
You might be getting these chairs in a couple months.
This doesn't like my leather is not even like real leather. It's like Falk.
Yeah.
Yours is like.
No, that's fake. Just looks.
Ah, shit. Yeah, you're right to think about it. Doesn't really look.
Bro, I don't know. White leather couch, man. I don't
Yeah.
know. That's a little on the fringe for me, but I think that you could probably make it work.
I can make it work.
Yeah, you can make anything work.
You still haven't came over to my place yet, brother.
I haven't. No.
Yeah. Is it because it's not Manhattan enough? Is it
No, that's not it at all.
Okay.
I don't go to.
You don't go to other people's places.
I don't. When I visited New York, I have a friend. He lives in a nice luxury kind of condo complex. I didn't stay there.
Hotel.
Stayed at a hotel.
They had an extra bedroom for you and the wifey?
Yeah, but it wasn't like a proper bed. Like they have like a pull-out bed. But I'm just like, if I can afford, if I'm at the age where I can go stay at a hotel, I just show up in a better mood.
It's so annoying.
I just show up.
You're so
better.
Annoying. Dude, I swear to God, dude, my mom would hate you, dude.
No, she would not.
Yeah, because you'd be so like she would like roll out the red carpet for you. She's like, "Hey, baby, like he
No.
can stay here." No. You'd be like, you'd be like, "What type of thread count is that pillows?"
No, I would not.
Because I only can sleep on 300.
No,
thread
I would
count.
not. I know situations when someone is being a gracious host and they want you to stay with them.
I'm sure your friend wanted.
I know that situation well enough to be a gracious guest.
Did your friend offer you to like their place?
Yeah, he did, and I was just like, "Listen, man, I don't want to stay there right now. I'd rather maybe in the future I will, but like I want to stay at this place." I've stayed with him before, dude. I've stayed with people before. I just when the opportunity is right for me to go and stay at a hotel, I will always choose the hotel.
I'm laughing. I'm laughing at the fact that like the way you said it was like, "Hey, man, I just don't want to stay here." Like
it's not even a bad thing. It's a beautiful apartment. I just was like, I'll stay in this place. I get a king size bed. It's me and my wife. I get a king size bed. I got my own bathroom. I'm not sharing a bathroom. Space. If I want to get up in the middle of the night and run the water, it's just the space to do that. And then I get breakfast sent to my room. So I already show up caffeinated, well rested.
You will pay for anything at any price for serenity.
Yes. To be removed from anything or anyone that creates unnecessary
Angst.
discomfort for me. Not life. You go through life, and the only way you get good things in life is by facing conflict and discomfort. You have to do that.
Yeah, I believe that.
But
I do. Yeah.
when I go somewhere to visit, and there's an option for me to not wait in a line, I'm taking that option.
Yeah.
I'm paying that $300 a year to be a member of Clear.
Let me ask you a question.
And cut the line.
I could tell I
have Clear and pre-check.
You have global entry, don't you?
Not yet. I fucked up. I didn't get the global entry. I just got the TSA pre-check. And I add Clear on top of it.
Yes.
I'm walking into the plane basically.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't fuck around.
Yeah, that's good though. I like that about you.
But if I couldn't afford to do it, I wouldn't do it. You know what I mean? I just wouldn't do it, and I deal with it.
I feel like sometimes it's not always. Sometimes it's good just to do it because, your friend offered, and maybe they want you to stay, and maybe they want to be hospitable.
I get that,
and maybe they want to have you a little bit more closer and share. Have that thing. See, in my culture, like if a family member or a friend is in town, and you offered a place to stay, and if they decline, it's like a spit in the face.
Oh, yeah. See, but here's the thing, though. Yeah, I get that. Now I feel bad.
I'm hearing it. Go ahead.
I feel bad.
It's like one of those people that always like, hey, just here's a... You're like, oh, no, don't worry about it.
But see where I'm from.
Nice.
Okay.
I like this. Where you from, son?
When someone is like, oh, I'm going to be in town.
Right.
They're going to figure out where they're going to stay. They could go stay at a hotel unless they're like, hey, I'm in town. Can I stay with you? Then of course the answer is yes. And I'll host and and it'll be nice. You'll enjoy
right.
But I won't enjoy it. But you'll enjoy staying with me.
Bro, I think but from my experience though, I think like white people do that more. Like generally. They're more like those.
Yes.
black people. It's like, hey, I'm going to Nashville. Yo, who I know in Nashville? We got a cousin down there, right? I can stay with him, right?
Yeah. And I wish I could feel that. But in my head, and I have great family members, like my wife's side of the family, whenever we go to Philly, they're like, no, you're just going to stay with us.
Your wife's side.
Yeah.
You're like, I have great family members. My
Most of my wife's side, yeah.
Mostly on my wife's
Yeah.
side.
Well, because all my family's up here. But like when I travel, of course, like if I went to go, I'd stay with my family. But for me, in the back of my head, I'm like, I'll just stay at a hotel. I don't want to be a burden.
Yeah.
And I want to just be, I want my space. So I don't want to be a burden and I want my space.
You know what's funny? A lot of people ask me, how do I like when I stay in hotels and when I travel? And me and you share the same vibe. We love it.
Love.
Because there's something about...
Because I want to escape my life.
Just want to... Well, we may have to talk about a little bit more
Yeah,
deeper.
because I want to escape my life. And a hotel is a great escape.
From everything.
From everything.
As soon as you walk in, it's like they don't know what you do.
They don't care.
They don't care what you do. And everything is right at your disposal.
Whatever you need.
Whatever
it's
you
our
need.
pleasure.
Yeah. Me and you got that. I think our connection is a lot has to do with that.
In a nice hotel, I usually stay in fine hotels. The hotels
4 stars and up, right?
Generally I'll just stay in like a 3 or a 4 star hotel.
3 or 4 star. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm a little...
However,
Okay.
when I can,
Yeah.
I always try to stay at a 5-star hotel because it is, for me, a life-changing experience. And I don't think people realize that. Like some people are like, oh yeah, it's a nice hotel, whatever. I walk in and I go, I'm home.
You feel so good.
I'm home.
When
This is where I belong.
When you walk into a 5-star hotel,
I go, oh,
they don't know.
I'm so lucky to be here.
No, I have a different vibe. I have a different description on when I walk into a 5-star hotel. Yeah. When I walk into a 5-star hotel and I just smell the air and I look at the staff, I'm like, yeah, just wait. Just wait.
Someone's day's getting ruined.
You're gonna you guys.
Oh, well, don't worry, that comes out.
You guys don't know. Yeah, I should have been here a lot sooner. You guys don't.
Yeah, see that does come out. That's the thing that I can't do when I'm staying at someone's house.
Yeah.
Is so there's is there supposed to be a smell coming from my bathroom? Oh. Is there supposed to be a leak?
My bouginess escalates.
Yeah.
My
because there is a price tag to this. Like I said, like I don't just expect, comfort and luxury and serenity. I don't expect that. I know that I have to pay, for that. It's not something that I just get.
Yeah.
So when I'm in it and someone disturbs it or there's something askew.
Yeah.
I'm still, there's human beings that I'm working with. Yeah. And everyone deserves a base level of respect.
You're dialing 0 on the phone.
But my fucking world could go from 0 to 100.
Yeah.
With the noise coming from next door or a room that just isn't what I thought it was going to be.
Are you the type of dude that has his preferences already established?
Yes. Yeah, it's already in the profile. It's already in my Bonvoy Marriott profile. And I need extra linens. And I want the room clean every day. I tip every day. Every day for the house cleaners, I tip every day.
That's nice of you.
It's not nice. It's expected. That's the. In my opinion, you pay to play. You want serenity. It comes at a cost.
You got to pay for it.
You got to pay for it. You got to pay to know that those people that are coming in and cleaning the room are going to do the best job that they can, and that's all you ask for. Yeah. I don't want free shit.
Right.
I'm not out here to like fuck anybody's day up, but just give me your best.
Give me your best.
You got to pay for it though. You pay for your best.
That's interesting. I believe in that too.
I
believe you have to kind of pay for. People generally say I want to be happy, right?
Yeah.
I ask people, what do you want to do? I just want to be happy. I want serenity. I want to be at peace. But I really do feel like at my age now, after observing things and kind of going through some things and listening to you speak, and I really feel like at this time, maybe it will change, but I feel like you do have to go out and you have to get it. You have to pay for it.
Work.
You got to work for it.
Yeah.
You can't just sit there and say to yourself, I want to be happy. You have to go.
No.
Fucking.
There's no want.
Go for it. You have to figure it out.
Yes. I think that's what people are realizing the older they get. There's no want. I don't want to be happy. I am going to be happy.
I'm switching it up. I'm going to be happy.
I'm going to be happy because all I'm going to do is work my ass off and identify the things that I like peace, serenity,
right.
kindness to other people, impacting, helping other people.
Right.
And that's just what it is. And if anything gets in the way of that, you got to just deal with it. And it is what it is.
It is what it is, right. Yeah, I do feel like you have to go, going out and like fighting for it. It's like you have to.
Oh yeah.
You have to fight for it. You have to go because it's.
I noticed that. I'm sorry to interrupt you. But I noticed those people that have. Don't get me wrong. There's people out there that are just born into money, and they're born into peace, and they're born into serenity.
Yeah.
And that's just what it is. But most people, almost all people, have to fight for something, and they have to those people didn't just get there by having an easy life.
Yeah, you have to be kind of miserable for some time, or have some sense of
you have to suffer.
You got to suffer. Mm-hmm. See, I think for me, it's like I chose to suffer.
Yeah,
I feel like that's one of my mechanics to my way of living.
Sure,
is like I choose to suffer, not suffer in the way that sounds bad, but I've always chosen hard things to do. I've never chosen easy things to do, to learn from. I always chose hard things.
The hardest possible way.
Hardest possible ways. Ever since I was in the beginning. So not to say you have to do that. Everybody has their own blueprint.
Sure.
There's no one way, but I do feel like you have to you got to fight. You got to put yourself on the burner a little bit.
Yeah.
You got to put yourself out there.
But then that gets you to that point where when someone is like, oh no, stay with me. You're like, I appreciate it. But I've worked too hard to not be happy, and I'm just happier. It's nothing personal. It's nothing against you. We're gonna hang out. I'm gonna go to your house every morning. I'll be at your house at 9 a.m. with coffee, happy, in a good mood. But if I don't do the thing that I worked hard to do, which is to just, in this example, stay at a hotel, then I'm not.
Then you're not gonna be happy.
And that could change. Who knows? Next trip, it might be different. I might have to stay. You know what I mean?
You have to stay, right? And you can, and you can adapt.
But there's just those things at a certain age where you're just like, no. I work too hard. You think I'm being negative, or you think I'm being rude, or whatever. Right. It's really not the case at all. It's just if I don't do this my way, you're not going to get a happy me. You're not going to get the best me.
That's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
It's good to identify that. It's good to know what those things are.
What your boundaries are, what your limits are.
Yeah.
And not waver those.
No, you can't.
Yeah. I learned one thing too this weekend too. I'll add this, which is, I guess this is in conjunction with just understanding exactly who you are, right? And what your boundaries are, in addition to the kind of understanding of what forgiveness is, right? And in the area when it comes to people who don't completely understand exactly what that means to you, right? Because they're not going to be able to understand you because they're not there yet. So what I mean by example is I had a conversation with someone and they were talking to me about forgiveness, and they were like, "Hey Chase, man, I could tell you don't really forgive people. You don't really forgive that easy." And I'm like, "Yeah, how'd you know?"
Yeah.
Right?
Sure.
And we got into some things, and he was telling me about his parents. I was telling him about my parents and things, my history and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He's like, "Yeah, man." He's like, "Honestly, bro, you just need to kind of just understand you just I think you need to let it go, and you just need to understand there's going to be people in your life, even your parents or people who you may think they should understand what you're doing and how you think, and they're not.
No.
They don't have the emotional maturity to understand what you're trying to do or how you think. For example, my father, my parents, right? They came from fucking war. Mm-hmm. Their only thing that's on their mind, even till this day, is surviving.
Sure.
Anything in the middle, anything outside from that doesn't matter.
Register. Yeah.
So me wishing that they're gonna one day come and sit on a podcast or even just watch me do a show, understand this art form, understand what I'm going through in these type of scenarios, they're not gonna they're telling you in front of your face they're not coming. So you need to just let that go and understand your serenity, you found it. They found their serenity.
Sure.
It doesn't match, and that's okay. You just have to let that go, forgive them for not understanding so you can move on
Sure.
with your thing. And that really stuck with me because I said, how does a guy who doesn't even know me able to read that situation, break it down where I'm able to understand it? I'm just like, oh shit, there might be something here. And you mentioned it to me before too. But you're just Nick. You're just Nick. I'm just like,
bro.
oh,
It's like
whatever.
it's like
but
watching a movie. It's like you say you and I are both watching a movie, but you have an eye patch.
Well, first of all, what type of party is this,
bro?
Why am I? Do you want me not to see?
No,
the whole
but I'm
full
just saying.
scope
I'm just saying. And then we leave the movie, and I tell you, man, the colors are. Say you're colorblind, and we're watching the same movie, and I'm like, man, the colors in this movie were amazing. Did you see that? And you're like, no, I was listening to the dialogue. Like everybody's seeing things through the lens of their own life, of like what they're dealing with.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? Where like you see something like you described your parent. So yeah, it's tough because like you want to be like, no, see the thing that I saw, see it through my lens and see it through what I'm seeing it through. Yeah. You know,
it's like in conjunction with like wanting to be validated.
Yes.
And I didn't connect that, like, you know,
yeah.
Because with the African parents, like too, I don't know if you have African parents, but I have African parents, Nick.
I wish.
And
it's no idea how bad I wish.
It's like that immigrant thing, Nick.
Yeah.
It's like that. That's really what happens. Like and I'm not no different than like other kids who are products of immigrant parents. But there is that disconnect where it's like they come from a different world. Mm-hmm. They come here. The only thing that matters, like, make money, make sure you're good. That's it. You go into these other areas that are risky, and there's no actual. You can't see where you're going. That's fear. That's a certain thing for them. And for me to fight that, it's not their problem.
It's not. You're absolutely right.
And I'm thinking it's their fucking problem.
They're not conditioned to do that.
And they're not conditioned to understand these different spaces, right?
Yeah.
So I said to myself, man, I really like committed myself. Like, you know, Sunday, Monday, I was thinking about it. And I said, oh man, yeah, have things in my life I need to try to get to where I need to get over and nip it in the bud and just say, hey, this is what happened. There's a reason why it happened. Forgive the people that did it to me, but also forgive them the fact that like they're not bad people. They just in that situation, they weren't taught. They didn't understand what's going on. And at the end of the day, none of the people that I'm talking about, Nick, do or have the capabilities to do what I'm doing.
No.
Like they don't even understand. Like they don't even say. I performed in front of 1,100 people, dude. 1,000 people on Saturday night. My dad fucking can't even understand that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like if I took him, it really broke. How does a guy register this who's been working at the same job for 40 years?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I'm making a guy try to understand this thing. It's not even in his will.
That's the thing, though. That's exactly just like what you just said, where it's like, you know what? Some people are going to be who they are, and you just need to trust that they're going to continue. You're going to trust in yourself to see them for who they are. That's the only thing you can do. Because if you don't see them for who they are, you're going to think that, oh, they'll change and they'll understand. Right. No, they are who they are, and you just need to see them for that.
And see them for that.
And then they will hopefully come around and see you for, you know, who you are. Maybe not, but I think at the end of the day, you know, they're not your parents specifically, you know, in this situation, they're probably just it's so ingrained in them.
Yeah.
It's just not going to change.
It's not going to change.
No.
And I just need to kind of like accept that. Not kind of, I do.
It'll help you so much.
It'll help me. Like,
I say this to people, my friends all the time, where I'm just like, bro, understand your parent shit. Whatever it is, some stuff is a little bit more traumatic, you know, than others.
Yeah, that's true.
But understanding it at least and go, oh, okay. My grandmother maybe was manipulative to my mom, and she looks at things in a different way. So she thinks that she needs to like manipulate me to see her, when in fact all she has to do is ask.
Right.
And I'll go we'll go hang out. We'll go have lunch, or we'll do something. But she does it in this way because that's how she's conditioned.
How she conditioned.
Yeah, or or you know, something similar to that. But
yeah,
it doesn't mean they're bad people.
No. Yeah, right.
You know?
Exactly. It just when you're getting older, right, and then when you're being exposed, right? Being a comic, man, exposes you, dude, like no other, dude.
Yeah.
Like you really put yourself out there, and people can really kind of see your insecurities and your whatever.
Sure.
Or for the most part, they think they do. But that I learned, it was a learning lesson for me this weekend, and
that's great.
I thought it was a good step for me to kind of understand the type of relationship that I should have with people in my life, and how to move forward with that.
That's great.
Where it doesn't affect my progress. So basically, in a nutshell, I think that's what kind of James Harden needs to understand. Forgive the general manager. Understand he's just trying to run a business, and it's nothing personal. And play your contract.
Yep.
And shave your fucking beard, dude. Because honestly, I'm sick and tired of looking at it, dude.
That's amazing.
Well, I didn't want to leave on a heavy, Dr. Phil moment, but I think that was, I think that we saw some things there.
I'm very glad that you had that realization. I think it's important.
You're welcome. You're welcome. It was, I really want you to go with me to like a next John B concert.
We're out of here.
Chase Abel, guys. Follow me on Instagram, ChaseAbel. Guys, I'm also going to be, real quick plug, I'm going to be at the Comic Connection September 13th through the 16th. Comic Connection, Providence, Rhode Island, all weekend. Make sure you guys get your tickets. Link is in my bio on Instagram. I'm on TikTok. Handles are there at Chase Abel _comedian on TikTok. Follow my boy Nicky Neighborhoods at Nicky Neighborhoods. We'll be back with another episode. Cut to the chase. We out. Peace.